What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. It's gonna be really hot today, so might actually have to go get a fan to accomplish anything today. But you just saw me bring in some boxes, and I'm really excited about these boxes. So little backstory on them. So I have the last video at the end, I mocked up my drag link. I have these RPM tie rod ends that I was going to build my own drag link out of with this DOM here. And so I was debating going with aluminum on everything, but the price on it is just like, it's not really worth it for what I do, but it's something I would have liked to have done in the past. So RPM Steering makes a lot of really cool kits and really high quality parts, and so I definitely wanted to use their tie rod ends, and that's what I got. So anyway, a couple weeks ago, someone local to me reached out. He said he's doing the same type of build, same JK axle build under a TJ, and he wanted to kind of like, we could help each other out type of thing. And I was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. So fast forward to like last week, he messaged me and said he is no longer going with the JK axles and he has a bunch of stuff that he's not going to use anymore. So I said, okay, what you got? And then here we go. Here is RPM TJ to JK 1 ton aluminum tie rod and drag link. Bam, gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. Doesn't even weigh. This whole thing doesn't even weigh what that piece of DOM does. And it's gonna look real pretty under there. So that's really cool. This should be the correct length. It is TJ to JK, ready to go. And then here is the tie rod. Again, really nice stuff. We got offset tie rod ends. I wanted to go tie rod end instead of Heim joints because I do want to drive this thing on the road. Not that there's anything wrong with Heims, it's just, I don't know, a little more user-friendly, a little bit more protection with tie rod ends. So we also had this box of goodies here. This is my rock crawler. Give it away right here, baby. Some high steer knuckles. These are Rancho high steer knuckles. And I put up a post a couple days ago saying, I don't know if I really need these or not. I'm at the point now where if I was going to switch to high steer, now would be the point. And so he had these. He gave me a price on all this stuff that I couldn't refuse. If I was ever gonna do it, this was cheaper than I was ever gonna get it. So I was like, what the heck, yeah. So I kind of like the Rancho knuckles. Not more than Reed, but I definitely like them just as much. These are left hand or right hand drive knuckles. So they both have this double thing going on here. And so what that allows, well, it doesn't really allow much, but technically, in theory, these knuckles are gonna be stronger than the Reeds, which is negligible, really, if you ask me. And then what's also really cool is that he got a custom Pitman arm from Parts Mike, already drilled out the whole deal, so this is really cool. I mentioned a couple times in my videos that this Pitman arm is my stock one off my TJ that we put in a press and flattened. So having something like this is gonna be really cool. I'm interested to see where this is gonna land because there's not a lot of clearance for the tie rod end underneath. Not a lot of clearance under there. I think it might just work out, but we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to tighten all this stuff up. Right now it's all just hand tight. So we're gonna have to tighten all that stuff up. And yeah, so today I'd like to just get this stuff kind of roughly on here. I don't know about the knuckles. I've never really done that type of work before. I'm sure I can do it. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. But yeah, I'd like to get that stuff up and on there, and then I can take a better look at what I'm gonna do with my track bar. And as far as the track bar as well, here's my frame bracket that I'm using. This is a TMR Universal. This is a Genrite for the axle side. And then over here, I got an R-Tech one, which I think might be a little bit more user-friendly for the type of build that I'm doing. Both of those axle ends are meant to go on a bare axle, like a round tube. and I have this really big truss thing going on. So I'm gonna have to play with those and see which one's gonna work the best. But I should have plenty of clearance to get a track bar in there. It's just gonna come down to what fits the best. Big boy parts going on the big boy Jeep. Some people argue that, but hey, whatever. It's my Jeep, not yours. So today we have a really cool install video, and I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to just about all of this. This is my first build like this. So there's no reason you can't go watch a couple videos, watch my videos, and get this done too. So today we got high steer knuckles going on the JK axles. So these are the Rancho high steer knuckles. These are pretty cool. They raise your tie rod up. I got a great deal on these. I actually wasn't gonna go with them because unless you're really hardcore or you just like the look of it, you don't need these really. It's not very common to hear these knuckles breaking. But yeah, these are Ranchos. These are significantly cheaper than Reeds. They are left-hand or right-hand drive. They have both of those, both of these on both knuckles. And so I just watched a quick YouTube video. I got these secondhand. There's no instructions, so I watched a quick video on how to do them. It seems very straightforward, and I'm going to show you how it goes. So luckily for me, all of my steering is already off. My brake caliper is off, the bracket's on here. The bracket will have to come off, and then we can pull the rotor out, and then we're going to take the ball joints, or we're going to at least loosen them so the knuckle can fall down. Before we do that though, we're going to pull out the axle shaft, and then in theory it's just that simple. We all know how that goes, so I'm just going to do it. We'll see. Actually, you know what? I definitely don't have that. Dang it. Well, I'm off to the store. I need to get some tools to get the axle nut off and maybe some extra wrenches while I'm there. I'm gonna throw the half doors on the other Jeep over there. And yeah, I'm super hyped that this Jeep has some mirrors that I can rob. The 03 to 06 mirrors are so much better than the earlier ones. Quick tip, if you're ever swapping these around, these like machine screws like that, use a hand tool. Do not use power tools. You will destroy the threads, I guarantee it. Alright, so probably the hardest part about doing this whole project is going to be getting the axle nut off. So I googled this, and I think it's supposed to be a 35mm nut, but most people are finding that a 36 fits better. So I just went to the store. They only had a 35 and a 6-point, and they only had a 36 and a 12-point. I really, if I wanted to go the bigger size, the 36, I really wanted a 6-point, but yeah. So the 35, I think I can get to fit on there with a little bit of force. The 36 has a little bit of play, not too bad. Then I got some calipers. We can see what the heck this thing is supposed to be. 35 and a half. What the heck are the odds of that? Yeah, it's definitely 35. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. That's exactly the type of fit on a socket that you want. I have never taken one of these off before, and that's pretty cool. It actually looks really clean in there, which is nice. And I'm thinking that while I have these off, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and replace these and order some Timkins, or apparently Timken hasn't been so hot lately or something like that, so I'll do some research. I might just hold off a few days and maybe get some ball joints and new bearings while I'm here. And I'm actually not going to replace the front axle shaft. I know plenty of people, or I've definitely read a couple times that people have never had an issue with the front axle shafts on the Rubicon axles. They are 32 spline. These U-joints are still good here, so I really have no need to. I guess I would do RCVs in the future, but again, I don't need to. All right, guys, there we go. Significant difference in size from the stock. Looks pretty cool. So this is as far as I'm gonna make it today. At least I can see what I'm working with. There's your Parks Mic flat Pitman. This TNT thing actually makes the JK swap a little bit tricky because there's not a lot of clearance. At least with your steering box and the stock location, the Pitman arm is angled up more. So at least it brings this up, and then it works. But what's gonna get tricky is this clearance right here. There's for reference. I can get 3 fingers in there. So probably gonna have to do some sort of notch right there, which is fine. Maybe I'll do some sort of tubing, kind of like this. I'll cut like a half circle out of it so it looks like really cool, and it'll be super easy to get it in there. But here's what the high steer is gonna look like, at least on this side. The tie rod is just into the stock knuckle on this side, but that looks so pretty. So pretty. So I'm not sure. I guess I'll just edit this video up. I'll get you some nice B-roll clips, and maybe throughout the week if I can come down and get that other knuckle on, then that'll finish up this video. And then yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Am I gonna get replacement parts? Am I gonna do the ball joints? Am I gonna do the bearings? Am I gonna do shafts? I don't know yet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna sit and stare at this. I'm gonna clean up. It's a Sunday, unfortunately, so gotta get home early tonight so I can get to bed early. What's up, guys? Coming at you with the iPhone. It's Monday afternoon. I decided to come in here and see what I could get done, and doing pretty good. Got this knuckle off. It's actually a lot easier to do once you've already done one. This stuff is very simple to do, actually. It's kind of enjoyable. So while I have this off, I'm gonna hit this stuff with the Super Clean. This is a bunch of grease right there, and I'm gonna try and reach in the tube and clean as much of that as I can. I definitely gotta look in there and make sure my seals are still good. This axle is sleeved, so it should be okay. But yeah, ball joint's a little loose, just like the other one. And the top one is a little stiff. Okay, so yeah. Here's a comparison of the knuckles. On the Rancho, you get the right hand and left hand drive option. So there's your strength difference right there. You also got a bunch more material kind of built up in here on the Rancho. You got this piece here. So yeah, looking good. Stock axle shaft, looking pretty good. A little rusty, but it is what it is. And yeah, here we go. Doing good. Okay, so we got both knuckles on now. These are just hand tightened on the ball joints there. But dang, that looks so good. The tie rod is way higher up. I just like how the gap between these two bars isn't as much as the stock would be. We'll definitely have to do some notching of the frame here or something. No big deal, we'll figure that out. And then I think I am gonna go ahead and do new bearings and at least lower ball joints. These lower ball joints are a little shot, so yeah.